Hari Om. This video will cover standing asanas part 2. So this part 2 will have certain contraindications. Some of the asanas or most of them have contraindications of back related, and if you have hernia or sciatica, these asanas are not supposed to be done. So I'll mention them as we do each specific set of asana and their benefits. So we'll get started. So first part we covered asanas which didn't have any contraindications. Aspand Uttanasana, then Akarna Dhanurasana, then Tadasana, Triyak Tadasana and Kati Chakrasana. For the benefits of standing asanas, you can refer to part 1. It covers the benefits for all the groups of asanas under the standing category. So the first asana that we are going to do is Triyak Kati Chakrasana. Again, the contraindications will be if there is any stiffness in the lower back, or if you have sciatica, or if there is any hernia in your lower part, this asana should not be done. This asana benefits, removes any weight on your waistline. It's good, gives you good flexibility as well. Triyak Kati Chakrasana. So very similar to Triyak Tadasana, but it will have a forward bending and then twisting. So let's get started. So again, feet about like shoulder width or slightly above the shoulder width, and now interlock your fingers in front of you, lift your hands up, turn your palms pointing towards the ceiling. So in Triyak Tadasana we are going to bend right and left, but here we are going to twist right and left after bending forward. So you are going to bend at the hips. Make sure your torso is parallel to the ground. I'll talk about the breathing technique in a while. Now you're going to twist towards the right. You're going to look at the back side of your palm. Now left, come center, and then come up. So this is Triyak Kati Chakrasana. So here the breathing would be inhale when you go up, exhale when you bend forward. You can hold your breath and then swing to the right, swing to the left, and then come to the back to the normal position while inhaling, and then exhale, you bring your hands down. So I'll do one more round. Interlock your fingers in the front, lift your hands up, inhale, turn your palms so that you will be, when you bend and twist, you see the back side of your palms. So exhale, bend forward at your hips, make sure you are looking at the back side of your palms, twist to the right as much as possible, come to the center, twist to the left, come to the center, and then slowly come up. Inhale, exhale. This is Triyak Kati Chakrasana. If you have stiff back or lower back pain, please don't do this. Next one will be Meru Prishthasana. So here we are going to twist our upper spine. So to get started, again feet apart about like your shoulder width or hip width, just like we do Skand Chakra. Fold your arms, put your fingers on the shoulders, and now lift your elbows up, they are parallel to the ground. Now if you see, my fingers are touching the shoulders. Now do an inhalation. There are two variations, so I'll do the first variation. So inhale, and now I'm going to twist towards the left to start. My elbows have not dropped, they are parallel to the ground. Twisting, you can hold in this position for a couple of seconds. Come back to the center. Inhale. Now to the right. You can hold here again. Come back to the center. Inhale. And then exhale. So this is variation 1. Variation 2, we are going to twist and then bend, whereas in the previous asana we bent and then twisted. So again, come to the starting position. So my elbows are parallel. I'm going to twist towards the left. Exhale. Now I'm going to bend at the hips and make sure my torso is parallel. My elbows are not. I'm only bending at the hip, trying to make my torso parallel to the ground here. Inhale, release the twist, come up. On the other side, twist, and then bend. Release the twist, relax. Again, very good for releasing any tension on your shoulders and the upper part of the back, but it involves bending and twisting, so be careful if you have a lower back pain. So next one would be Sankonasana, one angle pose or the right angle pose. So we start with feet together here. So look at a point, make sure you have an active shoulder or active chest, it's not rounded. Hands by the sides. Look at a point. This is a kind of a forward bending asana. Now inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, we are going to bend at the hips. The hands are following your head movement, and now you made your torso parallel to the ground, or you have formed a 90 degree. The hands should be dropped here in this position. The fingers are pointing towards the mat, and then you can hold in this position 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Come up, inhale, exhale. This asana is slightly strenuous on your lower back, so be watchful of any pain or sensations. We will make this one more step in Sankonasana. It's called the Dikonasana. So two angle pose. Here the feet should be apart, shoulder width, and now you have to interlock your fingers. This will be the starting position. Be firm on your feet. Active shoulders, active chest. So just like Sankonasana, we are going to bend at the hips. We are going to form two angles here. One with the torso and your lower part, and one with your back and your arms. So let's get started. So breathe in, breathe out, bend at your hips. Make sure your torso is parallel to the ground. Once you have reached this position, once you are comfortable, lift your hands up as much as you can and then hold for a few seconds. Now release, you should drop your hands first. Inhale, bring your torso up. Exhale, release your hands. So Trikonasana, again postural corrections. If there are any misalignments in your shoulder and upper part, it helps correct. Both the Sankonasana and Trikonasana helps. The next one will be Trikonasana. It's called the triangle pose. So here I'll demonstrate one variation. So here the feet has to be about a meter long or about 3 feet. The easy way would be to measure. That would be, you can take half the distance of your mat, so that is about 3 feet. You can probably stretch it even more to make it about a meter. So here in Trikonasana we are going to do first variation. You can do minute adjustments in this asana in case you are not getting it fully. So lift your hands up at the shoulder level. Now the left leg should be pointing towards the left direction. The knees are locked, it's not free and it's not bent. Now lift your hands up at the shoulder level. I am going to bend at my hip. I am not going to bend forward. You can make slight adjustments. So I have made my right foot slightly at an angle so that my bending is slightly easier to start. So now Trikonasana, so I am bending at my hip, I am not bending forward, trying to touch my left foot with left hand and my hands are raised. Right hand is raised and I am formed a line. If you have a mirror, you can look at it. So your left hand and right hand is kind of making a straight line, and you can look at your right hand middle finger. Come up. So here one variation we could do is, in case you are not able to bend and touch the foot, you can make a slight adjustment of bending your left knee and then touching it. This is allowed. I'll do the other side. Breathe in, breathe out, bend at the hip, not bending forward, backward. Hands are straight. You can hold. Release. Come up. The next asana would be Dolasana, like a pendulum, swinging pendulum. This is slightly inverted. So if you have high BP or any vertigo related issues, you are not supposed to be doing this. So now about shoulder width or more than that. So we are going to swing our, like the upper part between both the knees. So here interlock your fingers, place it up behind your head. Now I am going to bend. You can make your feet slightly pointed away, that should be fine. So breathe in, breathe out, bend at your hips as much as possible, go as much as possible. Now you are going to twist, swing your upper part between your right knee and left knee. Elbows are straight. You can do this multiple times. The idea is to touch the head to the knee. Inhale and then relax. So the last asana in The standing asana where you have bending and twisting will be Hastalolasana, again like a swinging fast pendulum here. So here you can put your legs about more than shoulder width. Now just like Sankonasana, we are going to lift our hands up and we are going to swing like a pendulum the upper part of the body. So there is a variation here. So I'll demonstrate the first variation. Again, this asana is not supposed to be done if you have high BP, vertigo. This asana is a pre-pranayama practice. It releases opens up your alveoli in the lungs, and this can be used for any pre-pranayama practice. And it also helps in supplying good amount of oxygen. And if you are down on energy, this can be done during the day to again revitalize your energy system. So the first variation, you lift your hands up and then bend at the hips. You're going to swing like this. This will be variation 1. So you can adopt breathe in when you come up, breathe out when you go towards the legs. So the second variation here would be start in this position, lift your hands up and come to kind of the Sankonasana. So this is your holding, and then now you're going to swing, and then when you come back, you're not only stopping here, you're coming back to the starting position and then swinging hard. So here you can adopt the chopping the wood sound as well, Pavan Muktasana 3. You can make a ha sound to relieve all your frustration. So the variation 2, lift your hands up, breathe in, come to this kind of Sankonasana and then breathe out, swing it hard, come back, swing it hard, come back, swing it hard, come back. And then release. Relax. Hari Om. That's it.